All right, good afternoon, Pink Sox. How are you today? It is a very gloomy Wednesday, May 8th, something like that. I don't know. Lose track of days at this age. Just hoping everyone's having a good week. Hope everyone enjoyed the rest of their weekend after that doubleheader on Saturday. Ladies, you did a fantastic job. You saw what we were up against, all right? That team, like I said, they travel. They go to Pennsylvania. They go to other cities, other counties. They travel a lot. That week, they had 2 games, 2 practices, even before we got to them. So, I mean, they're an experienced team, and we hung right with them. That was fantastic. Our fielding, the plays we were making in the field were remarkable. Double play in the field, pop flies, ground outs. We were getting to the ball. We were covering the bases much better than we were the first time around. And that's amazing considering that you didn't even have practice in between the 2 sets of games that we had. That just shows your determination. It says a lot about you as players and a lot about your character, that you never gave up, you never gave in. That's amazing. That's exactly what we want to see out there. That is being Pink Sox strong, all right? And every one of you are. It's hard, you know. At bat, it was tougher because you're not used to seeing pitches like that. That one girl, she throws about 35 miles an hour, and it's kind of intimidating. I understand that when you're not used to seeing balls with that sort of movement. The only way really to get used to that is to try and hit against it. All right, you gotta swing. There's no other way. You gotta practice against that. So whenever we have our next practice, it's looking like rain again Friday, of course, but I'm trying to be positive. Our next practice, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you take the field and have you come up to bat, and I'm going to throw the ball not super hard. I'm not going to be throwing as fast as she was. We're going to be throwing the ball faster than just lobbing it so that you can get used to seeing a quicker ball coming at you. No matter how fast the ball is coming, it's still the same principles. You still want to keep your eye on it, and you're trying to get the bat to the ball, okay? It's the same exact rules, all right? If you're in, let's say you're in a swimming pool, right? If it's a 4-foot swimming pool or a 5-foot swimming pool, and you go underwater, you have to hold your breath and then move and come back out. The depth of the water in that doesn't change. It's the same principle. You still just can't go in there and start swallowing water, right? You still need to do something before you place your head underneath the water to swim. Same thing here with softball, right? That ball's going a lot faster than you used to. What you need to do is adjust your swing. Swing a little bit faster, swing a little bit, harder, swing a little bit earlier, all right? Because you can't keep your normal swing. Like if you're used to seeing the ball at a certain speed and you're used to seeing it when it's right here, that's the perfect time for you to swing. If that ball is going a lot faster and you wait for it to get there, you're not going to catch up to it. All right, and those balls, we were getting a lot of called strikes because we'd never seen pitches like that. Don't worry about it. I understand. I know that it's intimidating sometimes when you see something like that, especially after you've seen some of your fellow players be accidentally hit by pitches. And everyone that was hit by a pitch, I'm terribly sorry that happened to you. And I did speak to the coach after the game. I spoke to both Sienna and Ava, who were the 2 pitchers. Ava is the one who had hit Victoria and Anastasia, and Sienna, the one who throws really fast, is the one that plunked Molly and Allie. It's completely accidental. We know that. They know that. But I can tell you, especially Sienna, she was in tears, that kid. She felt so horrible. So she extends her apologies. I pulled her aside and explained, hey, it happens. It's an accident, but luckily nobody was seriously injured. But, I know that gets scary when you see something like that happen. Nobody wants to get hit by the ball. It's not fun, okay? But don't let that fear stop you from going up there and just taking that swing. I'd rather see you strike out and, completely miss the ball, but making the attempt to swing than just standing there and watching it. All right? Because if you stand there and you don't swing, you absolutely have 0 chance of hitting the ball, right? You can't hit the ball if you don't swing, all right? But if you swing, you at least have a shot at it. The only way to really get used to hitting balls that are moving at a higher speed is to have it practiced. And we haven't had the chance to do that because of the lack of practices. So the fielding has been the same, no matter how the ball, no matter what's going on. And I saw that adjustment that you made, covering the bases. It was great. Watching a double play, I have not seen. This is my third season coaching. I have never seen multiple pop flies and a double play in the same game. Period. I don't think we've ever actually turned a double play ever in the 3 seasons. The one that Anna made at first base. She caught the ball. She tagged first base because their runner was running and didn't come back to tag. She was this close to turning it into a triple play. If she could have gotten it to second base faster before that girl got back. But that type of heads up, base playing was great. The hustle out of the box when we did get hits, fantastic. Being able to just never give up. It was a mismatch. I knew it was going in. And I am so proud of you for holding your ground and putting up a fight. That first game, it was 4-3 after 2 innings. After 3 innings, I think, actually. That was remarkable. Against a team that is so much more experienced and has practices and games and all that stuff, all the fancy fields. And you girls hung with them. Remember that, ladies. You are amazing out there, okay? This video is not really an instructional video. This is just kind of a halfway season pep talk, as it were. And yes, I know it doesn't feel that way because of how many cancellations we've had, but we are at the halfway point in the season. We had 12 games scheduled. We've played 4. We were supposed to have played 6 because we had the April 13th games rained out. But they may be adding 2 games to our schedule on May 21st and June 4th. Those are Tuesdays. They're going to be against our Montgomery County Little League Major League team. They've had a lot of rainout issues. They're having some problems getting opponents to play so that they can have as many games as they can. Since we've had 2 games rained out, we can make up the games with them. They won't count. Obviously, majors versus minors is a mismatch. They're just going to be fun exhibition, just joking around, just an afternoon of 1 game each time, an afternoon of softball. Nothing wrong with that, all right? It's not even about score. We may even I've suggested the possibility of making it a little bit more fair and doing a split squad where we would just split, half of us and half of them would form one team and the other half would form another team. This way we have a mix of majors and minors and there's more parity in the talent. And I think it'll be fine either way. We don't know if it'll happen yet. We'll find out soon. It'll be added to our schedule, but don't sweat it. It's supposed to be fun, all right? This weekend, we have a Saturday morning game, early, 9 a.m., reporting time 8:30. It's up in Gaithersburg. Now, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, since the game is so early, if we'll be able to get it off, all right? I know that some of you won't be here. I know some of you have First Communions this weekend. So to those of you, congratulations. I hope you have a fantastic day. It's good for you. Those of you who will be making it or won't be, let me know, please, by tonight so that I can start working on the roster. I always start working on the roster, even when I see rain in the forecast, because you never know. I thought for sure we'd get last Saturday's game canceled because of how badly it rained and how much harder hit Brunswick got. But those fields were ready for us, all right? So you got to be ready. I've had, Anna asked me before, during rainouts, it's like, don't you feel bad that you've wasted so much time working on this schedule and now you don't even get to use it, or working on these practice plans and you don't get to use it? No. Nothing that I do for you girls is a waste of time. It isn't. I would rather spend the hours working on a plan, doing that, and then have to not use it, than just sit back and just be like, whatever. If it happens, it happens. That's not being a coach, all right? That's not showing care for my players. And I do care about every one of you. I do want all of you to enjoy this and do well. And I am sorry that the fields have been, not in our favor and the weather has not been in our favor. But I want you to know that even though we've had such limited practices, even though we've had such limited games, I am proud of the way you are presenting yourselves on the field. There's been great sportsmanship, there's been great hustle, there's been great effort, and there's been such a transformation in learning. Your games have essentially been your practices. You're basically learning on the job. They call it on-the-job training. And that's basically what you've been doing, which puts you at a disadvantage because you're going against teams that have regular practices and then they're putting all of it into play in a game. But you have to have your practices and games be the same, and you're doing it. You are hanging with teams that have more experience. On paper, you would look at the mismatch and go, oh, there's no chance they've got, that's probably what the other team's thinking, we got this team. But you get to the game and you play with such heart, such determination, and you always give 100%. And that is why I am so happy. I am so thrilled to see how much effort and how much you girls are learning in this limited time. If we had more practices, I swear we would be a championship caliber team. And you know what? I still believe that. I still believe that this back half of the season, we can make a serious run. Maybe not at a championship. That's not what it's about. But it really just getting those bats going, getting all the fielding tighter, because it is getting better every game. It's getting better every practice. And that is what, as a coach, I really like to see. Seeing a girl get her first hit, seeing a girl get her, her first out in the field. All of those things are why I do this, all right? It's a great thing to be a part of. So remember, I know it's intimidating when a ball is coming in fast. Same basic principles apply. Keep your eye on the ball and you swing, all right? If you swing and you realize that you're way too late, start your swing earlier. Next practice, I'm going to be throwing you some balls, and we'll do it just like a game where I will throw, I can't throw underhand, I just can't. But I'll be throwing the balls, not super speed, but faster than a lob. If I get 4 balls called on me, we'll have an umpire set up. If I get 4 balls called on me, then Coach Jose or Coach Luis will come in and we'll pitch you underhand just like in a regular game. But I don't want you to stand up there and not swing and be hopeful that it's going to be ball 4 and then coach will come in to pitch you something that's a little bit easier to hit. You can't rely on having that safety net, okay? Because especially against teams like we just played, where most of their pitches, if they're anywhere in this zone, are being called a strike because they're moving through the zone so fast. We can't hope that we're going to get 4 balls and then, have coach come in. So you have to take your destiny into your own hands, ladies, and all of you are capable, because there were a lot of you who got hits, even if they were foul hits. You were a little late on the swing. Hey, you were still showing that they could be hit. You were still getting on base. You were still scoring runs. You were still making outs. You were showing them that you can do this. I believe you can, all right? You need to believe it up here and in here. Don't get intimidated. Don't get freaked out. Don't get up there and be like, oh, the last 2 girls just got out. I guess I'm going to get out too. No, that's not how it works, all right? You get up there, and you don't say, I'm going to go up there and try to hit. You go up there and you say, I'm going to go hit. Worst case scenario, you don't. So what? I wasn't yelling. No one was mad. You girls put fantastic effort out there, all right? Just keep doing what you're doing. And remember to believe in yourselves. I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds very cheesy. But trust me, you're not going to hit a ball if you never take a swing at it. All right? So don't swing at anything. Don't be chasing. Don't go down there. But if that ball is there and you see that they're calling strikes every time it's in that area, adjust your swing. Swing a little earlier, swing a little harder, swing a little faster. The more you do it, the more you'll get a feel for when you have to swing, and you'll be able to get the pitcher's timing down more effectively. Okay? So hopefully we'll see you Friday night, and hopefully we get 2 games against the Killer Bees on Saturday morning up in Gaithersburg. Until then, any questions, you know where to find me. Be well. Enjoy the rest of the week, ladies. Let's go Pink Sox.